Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome if you're new. Hi, my name is Gosego and I am a model. I'm shooting this video today just to share with you guys my story and how I came about being a model, how I came about getting into the industry, and I'm gonna make this into a whole series just to help other people who would like to get into the industry and would like to know more about what it actually entails. You clicked on this video for a reason. You're either a returning subscriber or you're interested in the industry. So I'm making these videos to make it easier for you to navigate your way around it, if you get what I mean. And since I'm going to be making this video into a whole series, it'll be for your own benefit if you subscribe to the channel. That way you do not miss out when I post the second part to this video, and the third part, and the fourth part, if I do see that this video is fulfilling its purpose and helping people the way I intend for the videos to help anyone who is interested. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. I do not have any notes or anything written for this video because I just want it to be as generic and as organic as possible. So I hope I do not forget to mention anything that's important and that can possibly help someone. I hope. Okay, so how I came about being in the industry. It was in early 2018, I believe around March. Early March, late February. So it was my gap year. I matriculated in 2017, and 2018 I decided, hey, I would like to take a gap year, but I didn't want to spend the whole year doing nothing. So at around late February, I believe, I was like, because growing up in J, like I'd get at least 5 people every day ask me if I'm either a model, I play netball, or if I play basketball. I thought to myself that these people might be seeing something in me I'm not seeing. So I decided to pursue. I was already playing netball. I tried to play basketball, but I'm not aggressive, so it didn't work out. But I was like, okay, let me now invest into the other thing, which is modeling, and see, you know, what these people are all about, or if it could possibly take me somewhere. So I didn't know where to start. Honestly, I did not know where to begin, but I was like, you know what, Instagram, let me DM some people, let me just find some local models, DM like a whole bunch of them, and see if they can give me any form of guidance and any form of support or any form of tips that I can follow in order for me to make this thing a reality. There's background noise, so you'll have to forgive that. I cannot help it. So I DM'd one of my friends now actually, and I told her, hey, my name is so and so, I'd like to, you know, get into the industry, but I do not know where to begin. You know, what steps do you suggest that I take, you know, and all of that. And how kind of her, she's actually one of the models that replied back with an entire paragraph, you guys. When I say a paragraph, I read through it, and she was basically advising me that, you know, I can do it online, or go to this or go to that, da 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 da. It helped me very much, and it gave me confidence, and she also complimented me, so that did a lot for my confidence, trust. And I went ahead and followed the steps she had given me. So she asked me that I start by applying online. So she gave me like a 5-6 agencies that she was like, I recommend you go for these ones first, so do apply for these ones, go online, go on their website, da 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 da. And I did that. I submitted the applications, and by the end of the week, other agencies, so what happens is some agencies will get back to you and tell you, no, you did not make it, but others will just keep quiet, and that's the way you know that, okay, I didn't make it. Okay, cool. So I got 2 agencies come back to me and say, oh, would like to offer you a contract. Okay, cool. So I just followed my gut or my instinct, or just chose randomly, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with these ones. So I took the Louis B models contract. By I think the 6th of March, they gave me dates and stuff for me to come to the agency to have my portfolio made, and for them to take professional pictures or photographs of myself, for them to take brand new measurements, and for me to just sign the contract and have everything finalized. So I made a day with my parents and came all the way to Johannesburg, went to Sandton, had all of that done, and I was signed with them for a year, or close to a year. And what was very nice about this contract is it was very flexible. So if I wanted to get out of it at any point in time, whether it be 3 months into me signing or 6 months or a year, it was flexible. I could do that. So I was signed with them for the whole year. I went to some of their castings. I remember I went to about 6 castings the whole year, but unfortunately I never got any gigs from those castings, which is what happens. You are not guaranteed a gig just for going to cast, aka audition. So I went to 6 of the auditions, and by the end of the year I realized that with me also, I was still young at the time. When I was signing, I was still 17, so I turned 18 mid-year. I was still though under their kids category, or I was still being sent to castings for commercials which didn't really align with what I wanted to see myself doing, you get. So by the end of the year, I spoke to my booker. They terminated my contract. Easy peasy, nice and squeezy, no problem. So from then, for the next year, which was last year 2019, I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll be my own representative. I'm gonna freelance for as long as I can until I'm signed to the agency which my heart desires. You know, I'm not gonna just sign anymore. It was a good agency to start with, do not get me wrong, but I was like, for as long as I'm not signed under these brands or these agencies, I'm not signing to anyone, I'll represent myself, it's fine. And that's when I started doing the type of modeling that I was into personally. One other thing that really worked in my favor was I was familiar with an established model who had an agency, Vela, in Rustenburg, so she's doing quite well for herself. And because I stayed in Johannesburg, I couldn't be signed under her agency in Rustenburg, so that was that. But she still took me under her wing and as one of her babies, and she'd send me castings and say, hey Dollface, there's this and this and this casting here, go and try your luck, or this and this and this and that. So that's what happened. So this one day she sent me details to this other casting and she was like, just go and try your luck. And when I got there, it wasn't hectic. I sat down and waited for my time, and then I went and casted. I got the gig and I was one of the booked models for the show. So the fashion show, I think I've spoken briefly about it in my very first video. For me, well, the first one was in Johannesburg, then Pretoria, and then I flew down to Durban for my very last show. And that was a very good success, and I got to network and meet a lot of people in the industry. So obviously I networked and made a few friends, and before mid-year, one of the friends I made at that fashion show put my name forward for another fashion show, which was for a Muslim, I don't know if this is the correct term to use and I'm not gonna offend anyone, but for like Muslim wear. And that was the best fashion show thus far I've ever walked personally. Everything was just on point, and I was like, I do not mind doing this each and every Saturday, honestly. And by August, so because I was following SA Fashion Week on Instagram, I saw that they were running a Face of Mall of Africa competition. I didn't even know what that was about, but I got onto the website and I filled the entire form in, filled in my measurements, uploaded all the images that they needed of me, and by the grace of God, I got shortlisted. Okay, I'm shortlisted. What now? You know? So I got the follow-up email and it was basically saying we have to go to Mall of Africa for the further shortlisting. So I got there and there were so many people, and bear in mind, it wasn't even a closed thing. It was literally in the middle of Mall of Africa where people are shopping and people are passing and looking. So just imagine the nerves for someone who's not used to that big of a crowd, you get. But I feel like the fashion show, that one that I did for 3 Saturdays, it really just helped with my confidence and walking in front of a large group of people, because there were, I promise you, more than 500 people at that event. But by the show in Durban, honey, I was killing it. So that helped and assisted in me walking the Face of Mall of Africa competition. We went there, killed it, and I got pushed to the next round. So the next round basically comprised of us going for training at the SA Fashion Week headquarters in Rosebank, and I went, completed the course of training or whatever. And so upon completing the training, we were now gonna go and showcase clothing at Mall of Africa for a particular weekend. So for that Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we were supposed to be there all 3 of those days, showcasing clothing for different brands. I worked for quite a few designers. I just forgot. I don't know, I just forgot, but I'll insert any footage that I have on the sites as I speak. But yeah, that happened, and once that was done, at the end of it, so there were going to be a handful of winners. Ours in particular were 4, and we all got contracts with Boss Models Johannesburg. that was amazing. That was amazing. And since I had secured a contract with Boss Models, I was eligible to work for SA Fashion Week. That's how I ended up working for SA Fashion Week last year. I was eligible to go to the casting and cast as a professional model with all the other models who've been working as a Fashion Week. And I tell you, it was not uncomfortable at any point in time, but it was very scary because now you're competing with, you know, the big people, you know, and I'm just used to like the smaller scale fashion shows, you know, working with like the smaller models and stuff, and to be taken from this and immediately dropped into that, it was but I adapted. Okay, cool. I casted for SA Fashion Week and I ended up booking 3 shows. One got cancelled, but I ended up working for Gerjon Gutsia and for Ryan Keys for Keys Fashion. From then, it was just left for me to go to the offices at Boss Models and put my signature at the dotted line. I, however, took my time with signing. I didn't want to sign towards the end of the year, so I wanted to start afresh for the new year. So I only signed my contract with them this year, early March. Yeah. And then obviously I went to a couple of photo shoots with them, and everything will be on their website under my name if you want to go check that out. But yeah, that's basically how I did it. The whole Mall of Africa thing was basically scouting, which I'll get into in the next video following this one. So there I'll just be giving you all the tea on ways to get signed and everything. But for now, I'd like to get into what Model Camp SA is. So obviously I get so many DMs about this, like look at it's so overwhelming. I get so many DMs about this asking me, hey, I got approached by this particular thing and I saw that you were a part of it. When what exactly is it? What are these people looking for? Are they legit? Can I trust them? What is it about? So what Model Camp SA is sort of a boot camp but for modeling. So you go there for a weekend and they teach you the ins and outs of what the modeling industry is. Basically, they teach you simple stuff from how to walk to other stuff like the finances behind modeling, how you can be in the industry without being a model. So, you know, the backside of it, the side that isn't shown in the runway. We had Miss Mamelodi Sundowns, I think, during my time come and like speak to us about pageantry and, you know, stuff like that. Miss SA, blah blah blah, confidence, girl talk, guy talk, because guys are allowed to go to the camp as well. So that's basically what Model Camp SA is. Not necessarily an agency or anything like that, but just a kind of a stepping stone for anyone who is interested. I'm not advertising for them or anything. They did not pay me. They don't even know that I'm doing this, but I'm doing it because I get so many questions on it every single day. So I hope that that's a rough kind of explanation about it. If you still want to DM me, please feel free to go to my Instagram and just slide into my DMs. I respond to each and every DM about this. So how I got to go to Model Camp SA, I think it's how a lot of girls are being approached today. So I posted a picture, they commented under it, and I was like, okay, tell me more, what is it about? And they basically explained everything. I signed up, made the payments, because you actually have to pay. It's a camp, so you have to pay to attend the camp, and it also includes a photo shoot in it. So it's kind of a good package for you to get started building your own portfolio, which is what I'll get into in a short minute. One other question I get is, how do I build my portfolio? What happened when I was still freelancing? I went ahead and spent my own money and made myself some comp cards, which is basically your model business card. I went and got myself these just so that I, you know, give a professional feel to anyone I'm gonna cast for. A few of your images, your name, your contact details, can you see that? And your measurements. Nothing too deep, nothing too hectic. So I definitely do recommend, if you're gonna get into freelancing or whatever, that you invest in getting some comp cards for yourself, even if they're digital, so you have it in your iPad or your phone or whatever. That way you just come across as professional to whoever is gonna be hiring you. It's something small. It's not a whole folder of images, but it's something small to get you started and to get you competing. But yeah, I hope that this video really helped some people out. The next videos are the ones that are going to be like giving all the information and spilling all the tea on how you can get about getting signed, tips on, you know, what to do, how to do, what to look out for and stuff like that, pros and cons on both being a freelance model and a signed model. I'll be spilling all the tea on here. So subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss that video if, you know, you've been wanting to hear my story. And, you know, yeah, I just gave it to you, you know what I mean? So like this video if you appreciated it. Leave a comment down below so I know I'm on the right track, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay safe.